Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 25 of the Wireheads podcast. Yes, 25 episodes.
Ooh.
What the fuck? So,
I'm excited.
we're there. This half of the episode, first half of the episode, we talked about a major announcement. Which, by the way, you should go click on the link below to learn about the major announcement, or go over to Artal's Discord or Emmerron's Discord or my Discord to learn about the major announcement. I'm not going to talk about the major announcement. I tell you, though, it gives me a lot of hope. But on that...
That was awful, Diamond. Holy shit.
Yes, it was awful, and I'm proud of it. But we begin our episode on March 1st, 2024 at 2:38. I just woke up, turned over to look at my phone, and I just see I had a thonk on something. And feel free to shoot this down if you think it would be outlandish. And to the tune of "Do You Want to Build a Snowman?" Emmerron is suggesting that we
Do you want to build a podcast?
After we came. It was amusing. I had a laugh, and I thought it was a great idea. I literally said that a minute later after reading this. But yes, so we decided to start a podcast. We decided to start Wireheads 25 weeks ago. Gosh, it's like...
Well, it's actually been more than that if you think about it, because like we've taken a few off weeks here and there because like of scheduling conflicts, or one of us or both of us were busy, or
Gen Con.
There was all kinds of shit. Gen Con, well, Gen Con-ish, because we did make up for that with a weekend show. But yeah, it's still, like it's been more than half a year since March 1st.
So, we often hear about, how Wireheads has helped the community. Plus, I love to see it like over on, I know I'm a dirty Redditor. I like to use Reddit, but like, I even see it over on the Reddit that people mention our podcast. And like, I was just like, oh, hey, that's the thing that I do. And
that's nuts. Yeah. Every time I see us mentioned in the wild, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, well, I don't think our listenership's that big, and I'm like just scrolling on like the statistics. I'm like, we don't have that many people. Why are we on Reddit? Like,
well, even over on the Discord, like it's just unprompted. Just go check out the Wireheads podcast, and so I wanted to take a moment to just kind of like. Now that we're 25 episodes in, I know we're only 25 episodes in. We're not, one of the longest running Cyberpunk RED podcasts, but
we've been doing this for 6 months continuously, just about. So, fuck.
And I wanted to take a moment to just kind of look back on like how this has impacted us, in our many facets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Faucet is something you turn on and water comes out. A facet is like a face of something.
Yeah, the many facets of what we do. And so I think first things first, I want to talk about something that was probably the most important thing. Wireheads, I mean, Emmerron and I, we were just, fellow creators, like, really early on. And we happened to, I happened to have Emmerron on for my game. And, we were friends. All right. However, I would like to say Wireheads has been, like, a great time for me to learn, about Emmerron, my fellow co-host. And I gotta say, like, even though, yes, I know we've only met in person once, like, you're one of the few internet friends I have that it's just like, yes, this is one of my best friends. Like, this is the guy, this is like one of the guys that I want at, insert whatever life event might be here. If any life event happens, this is one of the guys. And I think it's just important that I thought I was going to be like, rolling solo on this because, that's just kind of what I was doing for starts. But now we got this going on, and it's something I look forward to every week. Sit down, bullshit with Emmerron, and actually do something productive while talking about our favorite tabletop game.
Yeah, because I'm like, we do get together and bullshit about other things when we are not being productive in the slightest. Like last night, great example. Diamond is grinding away on Satisfactory, and I'm playing the TCG card shop simulator that I just picked up, that just dropped this week. And I'm like ripping cards and stuff. I'm like, Diamond, this one's worth $40. This is what we do in our off time when the brains shut off.
This is also me getting a chance to look into the window that was Emmerron's love for trading card games, because I didn't really know Emmerron before when he was doing all that. So
you met me like right after I started really phasing out of it hard, because I'm like, so to give you all my history, when I started streaming, some of you might even still be around from that time, but I think I've largely kind of cycled through my audience by now. I originally wanted to stream stuff on trading card game content because it's what I was very immersed in when the pandemic started. Like Cyberpunk was a new thing for me then. It wasn't my only thing. Whereas trading card games, I've played some form of trading card game for like the majority of my life, with very, very little in between in terms of time that I've taken away from it. Like there were a few years in college where I didn't play many, but like the moment college was coming to an end, that's right when I picked up doing it again after high school. So I was just like, okay. So when like high school, I played a bunch, college, we took a break, and then I came right back and like got super involved in it after college. So I'm like, I'm going to stream that content, because like, we buy cases of cards. People like watching those be open on stream. And I had recordings of us doing that and stuff. We streamed it a couple times here. I had a couple streams where I was organizing my collection and stuff like that. But like, this is more fun. Like, this is just way, way more fun. And it's weird. It's weird how things change, and how like, this feels much more like I'm much more at home, I think, in the TTRPG space than I really was in the trading card space. Trading card games are like extremely competitive in every aspect of them. Like, you want to be a content creator, you better be good at the game. You want to, talk with companies and do stuff with companies there, you better be a well-known face in the game, which means you need to be good at the game and give good advice about the game, on and on and on and on. But there's this requirement that you pass some kind of nebulous bar of like, you have to be this good to be a content creator. TTRPGs, like, I like to think I'm good. I've done it long enough to be good-ish, but I mean, I just tell stories. I like telling stories. And so I'm like, I just want to share stories with people. I don't really care what people think about the stuff until until I had established like, oh, people actually do like what I'm making. Okay, now I care a little more about people's opinion. But it's still like, that's kind of where I am now, where it's just like, I agree, Diamond. It's been like weird. Like, I've made more friends through this than I feel like I have at any point since like, I mean, pretty much since like college. Like, even in like my trading card game days, like there were people I was friends with, but I wasn't like super close friends the way that I am with like you, or with Nyla, or with like Ghost, or like the Neon Inferno crew. Some of them I didn't know well before we started doing that, and like I've, in my content creation journey, I've built up a ton of friends. Rob Barefoot, great example. Yeah, he's the one who actually introduced us, and like we would just happen to be friends with him separately beforehand. And like,
I mean, I stumbled across your like death inside, why death in D&D sucks and why Cyberpunk does it better. But Rob was that connecting point. Like, and that I think that's something else that I to understand, like, literally coming into doing like Cyberpunk RED stuff. I was sitting here like, because I was a Valheim streamer really early on, And I just I felt that it was just like I don't know if I can constantly do Valheim all the time. And you know, I kind of fell off of Valheim, partially because like it is a real time eater. And something that I would like to, you know, point out with, you know, the fact that I got Cyberpunk RED is I thought, okay, I'll give this a shot. Probably won't, you know, pick up speed compared to, you know, how there's, you know, all these other huge, you know, creators out there. And I mean, literally walking past Dice and Emmerron, just like, oh gosh, these guys are big. And
I'm not. At the time you met me, I was not big. I was like maybe 100 subs on YouTube. I was not big at all.
Okay, but that's big. Tiny. That was big compared to my 3. So
you saw better numbers than me on Twitch at the time. So I was just like, because for me it was coming from the opposite direction. I felt kind of the same way where I'm like, oh, I've seen her, like she's been in the space much longer than me. So I'm like, I had like a respect for what you had done beforehand, because I'm like, I'd seen your face in like some of the promo channels in the community, some of the stuff over on CNU, because I was subbed to them for a while before I even made content, because it was like where I was learning stuff. So it was like between John and CNU, I learned a ton when I was brand new to Cyberpunk. And that was like me and my play group would watch them all the time. So like when I saw your face come up and then you joined the chat, I'm like, oh shit, like this is someone who's actually in the community. It's the same way I felt when like Jessica reached out to me about like, you know, like, oh yeah, we should have you on the podcast sometime. I'm like, that's really cool. Like, cause I'm like, I have like a huge respect for the other faces in the community. And like, I'm like, if I see you in the community all the time, I'm like, you're at least consistent, if nothing else. And that matters.
And I suppose, you know, on top of that, of course, you know, we met Jesus, who, you know, we did. Which, I mean, of course, Jesus Crust, member of the founder VTT team, and also just one of the best best chat members both of us have, to just come hang out. Also, especially with the shit posting, love some of Jesus, love some of the cheese posting. That's why I've been referring to it as of late in my books. But and of course, you know, we did meet Nyla, because on top of that, like we found other stuff that we enjoyed in common, such as, you know, Final Fantasy 14, and also, you know, Nyla came into my stream.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would often see
as a result of that.
And I would often see Nyla over on my channel, and then I've noticed that Nyla is now popped over to your channel.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and now he's part of the Neon Inferno crew. Although to be fair, like you kind of, the first night when we all raided together, you should have seen this coming just from the way that Nyla.
Oh, absolutely.
It was just like
the night we did the Alexander raids, you guys hit it off, and I'm glad that I was able to facilitate it. Like,
yeah,
I love seeing that so shit funny. When it's just like, oh, my community members like this person, great, go for it.
Yeah. Well, it was funny too, because he's just like, do you want to do ultimate rating at some point? I'm like, absolutely, sign me up. He's like, we're gonna be such good friends. And I'm like, when he told me later, he's like, oh yeah, like when I told you that, like I'd only been playing the game for like, I've been playing for far less time than you. And I'm like, so you saw a fellow masochist is what it is. I see. Like,
so yeah,
no, that was kind of crazy.
So, you know, like, we get all these awesome community members, like, you know, Nyla, Jesus. I mean, you got Prepper Jack over there. I've got Culture, which Culture also visits for Neon Inferno, Gasser. And it's just like, I've noticed that, like, our, like, groups have started to, like, mesh together, and it makes me happy to see that.
Yeah, it is cool, because that was kind of the big thing where I'm like, when we decided to make the podcast specifically, kind of moving forward to that point in time, there was after, like, we had a few collaboration streams at that point where I was like, we're already like doing this little dance with each other where it's like, okay, like I want to talk about this topic or whatever, right? There's a subject I want to discuss, or like one of my favorite moments was like, we both woke up and it was Interface Volume 3 day.
Board watch. Like, yeah, I got home from work.
And Rob was like, it's almost like someone should be streaming. And we're like, oh, fine. I'm awake. I'm going to turn my camera on.
I'll try to stay awake.
There. Like, I'm going to put some clothes on, stumble out of bed, and I can stream. And so, yeah. We did that, but we did that. We did like another one where we did like that tier list together on my channel. And then it was like, why don't we just like make this an official thing that we don't need to be like, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to join? Like, put it in a schedule, do something where we can do this far more often and like with some structure instead of it being like, oh yeah, like I'll join. Like, you know, that was kind of the big thing for me where I'm like, oh, like, well, yeah, like, we would do this anyway, like even if we didn't structure it, so we might as well structure it.
Now, I suppose Wireheads also afforded us some very interesting opportunities as well. And I want to first off mention, you know, just some of the media access that we've been given, like for, you know, shiny yellow box.
That was crazy.
Like the fact that, you know, we'd been able to, you know, get on that media list to, you know, hit the embargo and just, you know, cover stuff like that. It was huge. Like all that. And also Shadow Scar as well.
Yeah, LCC as well. LCC just went to the Shadow Scar sweep.
Yeah, there it is.
Getting in early on that was crazy.
Like and also on top of that, like, you know, this was, you know, pre-Wireheads, but, you know, of course, you know, you got to go work with Artel at both Gen Con and PAX.
I mean, the first one was me just signing up because I'm like, they were like, we need volunteers. I'm like, I'm a volunteer. Hi, I love your game. Please take me. Please let me work with you. And then it's like, they're like, oh yeah, we don't have room in the game room, but you can come to the booth. And then they liked me so much, they asked if I'd come back for PAX U. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm just here. I'm just trying to help. That's all it is. So yeah, no, I mean, I was blessed to be able to do that. I felt even more that this year with Gen Con because of how, like, it wasn't so much because we're wired, you know, we do the Wireheads podcast or anything, but I know that there were obviously things at Gen Con that, like, I felt like it was fun to be able to do that in a more, it's hard to even say official capacity because, like, I didn't really do anything different this year at Gen Con than I did last year in terms of covering the data coming out of it. But, like, I don't know, like, getting to be the guy running the game room for half the day every day, and then being able to, like, bring other people into the fold and saying, like, here are some great GMs, and, like, have you be one of them. Nyla was one of them. LCC was one of them. That was awesome. Like, that was just really, it was really cool to be afforded that kind of access just in general, like, to be able to be part of that.
Also, on top of that, I got to sit down and, you know, have lunch with James Hutt as we talked about, you know, fossilized violence, which I understand. We are a Cyberpunk RED podcast, but dinosaur game.
dinosaur bonking game is super fun.
I can't wait.
Like, we demoed it at Gen Con. You and I have seen a little bit about it, and I cannot wait to talk more about that game when it gets closer to release. Because yeah, that game is crazy fun. The art is very good that we've seen for it so far. The tablescape that we had for it in the demo room was hilarious.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, we had a like a big old volcano with magma spouting out the top. You know the kind, chat. Like, you understand.
Science fair paper mache volcano. That's really kind of what it feels like.
100%, yeah. And it's like, when that's your tablescape, I mean, like, come on. Like, you're doing something very right with that game to start with. Like, I'm Very, very excited.
Also got to meet some of the lovely folks over at Monster Fight Club as well, which I am finally going to be able to get Combat Zone. Finally. So we'll be bringing that box in soon, and we're going to be having a nice little look over it because I'm so excited to get my own Crusher miniature. Like, fuck yeah. I suppose on top of that, it also, getting to meet Jay Gray, line manager for, Cyberpunk RED, literally having 2 interviews, like, what was it, after episode 3 or 4? Literally an interview with Jay Gray. Yeah, like,
it was 3.
We were just out the gate, and we got to have, we got to talk to Jay Gray.
Well, and I remind you that wasn't even like we went out and asked. It was Rob asked me, and then I was like, Diamond, Rob just reached out to me and was like, do you want Jay on your podcast? And
I dropped my phone.
What? Yeah, it was crazy. Like, that was something where I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I understand, like, I know you guys to an extent, but like, what? And run that by me again?
Also, on top of that, we got to talk to James Hutt, a few weeks later. And then somehow, in my weird, pure somehow luck, we got to talk to the fucking CEO of Free League Publishing. These are some of the weird opportunities that it's just like, here I was, thinking like back in 2021, finally moving into my apartment, trying to get up on my feet, just like, this is my life now. Let's get on with it. And meanwhile, now here I am, just like getting fucking excited over shit like this. Like, Wireheads alone has kind of changed my quality of life, my perspective on my future a little bit, actually. Now, I'm not saying it's the miracle fix your life podcast, but for me, it's good medicine.
Look, Cyberpunk fixes your life. You heard it here first. Anyway.
This message was not approved by any health organizations. But this one guy I know
Cyberpunk
said it
could be the cure to cancer. We are still investigating the claim, but it could be.
Well, it hasn't been suppressed by the federal government, so it probably is. Anyway. I'm sorry. I had to break out Alan's voice there for a moment. But the other important thing that I think Wireheads has done, I think we need to talk about is how has this podcast impacted the way we've approached our audience? Because for me, I feel that Wireheads has afforded me a way to provide a very casual but informative dialogue with all of you, and especially the Q&A. Like, we get to sit down and have these kinds of discussions with all of you guys, and we're not running session. It's that time that you could sit down and ask your GMs, your favorite GMs, questions.
Yeah. I look, if I'm your favorite GM, I am humbled. Why? But no, I mean, at the end of the day, I have really enjoyed having a touch point with the community that goes beyond just like producing Neon Inferno. Because it felt like a lot of the chats I'd have with my community in the interstitial time, like where we would be like on break with Neon Inferno, where it's like, halfway through an episode, we would take a break. I'd come and chat with chat. It feels like a lot of that is migrated over into Wireheads now, and it feels like a better platform to do those discussions. And so it's nice to have created a space where like those sorts of discussions kind of have the floor, and it's not like being inserted in the middle of or on the back of something else that I personally am doing. And it is cool to kind of have that space and I don't know, get my thoughts out there, because like that's kind of what How to GM is. I will say that series, I initially intended to do a weekly for as long as I could. 21 is about how far I could go doing it roughly weekly. However, I've got some plans for it. We're bringing it back, but it feels like a lot of those topics are things that we discuss more or less weekly now, and it's better, I think, for it because it's not just my voice. It is both our voices, and when we don't agree, we have a discussion about it and get to like talk about the things that we both see in it or the opinions we both have on it, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it's a good platform to have that, and I'm grateful to have it.
All right. And the way I approach content also with why, and I don't know about you, Emmerron, but like I felt that the way I approach my other types of content as well has been impacted by the way that we do Wireheads, where I find that when you are like when I talk to chat and we discuss like how the the game works, it seems to help get more people invested.
Yeah. Well, I think it creates it's just the space that's been created of like, there's an open dialogue that we have weekly now, roughly. Like, you know, more or less weekly, with a few very small exceptions in the middle. But we have a time that we put aside to do that, not just for us, but for the community as a whole. And I think like that is always going to help be the broader discussion, because now we're like saying we're open to talk. Like, even though we were before too, like now that we have a space where it's like, this is the point of this hour, you know, like, or this 2.5 hours, you know, where we sit down and we just talk about whatever topics we want to talk about on a given week, whether that's like news that's like brand new in the space, or just something we want to talk about because it's something we think is important, or some revelation that we had where we're like, wait a minute, this is actually broken as fuck, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, where we lose our minds about something and we're like, we need to tell chat about this. I think it's good to just have the space where like that is the purpose of it, and it helps to foster those conversations. And Prepperjack points out, I read a peer-reviewed scientific journal. Cyberpunk increases cyberpsychosis and virility.
I guess a wild anyway.
It's just in. We did it. We killed her. We killed her, chat. We did it.
Okay. All right.
My end game has been realized.
So, I suppose, as we look at Wireheads, though, one of the other things I think that, and I've never really like openly mentioned what Wireheads has done for me. Wireheads has allowed me to learn more about the game and me as a GM, and like how I understand we have, you know, our How to GM series or How to Play series that we do, but I've learned a thing or two, you know, from Emmerron and from, you know, the community on like what weird items do we have to add, or what kind of weird contingencies we have to consider. What are some different solutions to common problems that we face? And at the end of the day, it's also empowered me to become a GM and, you know, be able to stand on my own 2 feet. And yeah, also looking at Q&A, I've collected the questions that I've gathered over the week, and we're gonna have a pretty full Q&A, so we'll have to jump to that here, I might I'd say we start Q&A a little early to get everyone's questions, like maybe at quarter after 8.
Yeah, on your end, yeah, like 10 minutes from now, that'll work for me.
But I found that with Wireheads, I've been able to really reflect on what I've learned on each topic and be able to apply it to future games and also just other situations in life as well, where, and I understand this, it's like, but Diamond, a game about, you know, the dark future, how does that impact your life? Well, my friends, we live in a dystopian future. Yeah. Like, not the fun one either.
There's a reason that we always joke about, like, wow, man, did you see the headline today? That shit's fucked up. And then the follow-up is nearly always, yeah, I'm halfway through an adventure I'm writing about it.
Hashtag sink the yacht.
I've considered.
But then, you know, of course, we've got, you know, like what gear do I recommend new people? How to implement, you know, other things like the mini games, safety tools, even. Also, taking time to, you know, learn how to, you know, implement, you know, the optional rule sets. What other, like, and also, like, how do we handle trauma in a game like Cyberpunk? And, like, yes, like, and the way I'm going to mention this is there's some things that I've taken from, you know, my experiences at tabletop and applied to real life situations of, you know, dealing with really stressful events, and the approach that one takes to it shows. I gotta say, it's a turn for the better compared to just, you know, magic missile it away. Nyla, are we back on? It's on the Q&A. We're back on that one, aren't we? But I gotta say, Emmerron.
Yes.
With 25 episodes of Wireheads under our belts, what is probably the number one thing that you've taken away from our podcast as a whole?
I think it's the biggest thing that I probably have taken away is because I've always appreciated the community around Cyberpunk, and more specifically, like, the community that I've built, and by extension, the community that you've built. And I think the number one thing that I've kind of taken from the podcast is, like, just an overwhelming sense of, like, how fortunate I am to have the community and the voice that I do. I wouldn't have a podcast, you know, of any kind, if not for the community that I have. And I am eternally grateful and thankful for the amount of love and attention and focus that my stuff gets, even if I'm just some dude yapping on the other end of a camera online about a game that I am very normally autistic about. So I greatly just have an appreciation for that the podcast has brought into greater and greater focus. So that's been my thing over the last 25 episodes, just been like watching how the community's grown, watching how we now have like a ton of people that interact with us regularly through it. It's been humbling, and it's something that I will always be grateful for. So thank you guys, like, genuinely, thank you.
Now, I suppose for me, my biggest takeaway is I shouldn't sell myself so fucking short so often. Because, like, I've always been one that it's like, don't get your hopes up. Don't, don't let your ego inflate. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. And I think for once, like with Wireheads, it's given me a part of my foundation to become a better creator. And also, it's helped me a lot with how I've developed, my style of streaming and the opportunities that I could possibly reach, given some of my reaches through I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
That's all networking is.
Yeah,
like that's exactly what networking is. It's just, I know a guy through like 3 chains of knowing someone else. That's fine.
And also, people who are part of our communities are going to want to know. And I have found that there's just something slightly entertaining about being the first one with the hot information, hot dropping that shit into Discord literally minutes after the fucking seminar. And just the excitement that you can cause. It's
fun. And sometimes, chat, we know some things that we can't talk about. And so when we finally get to talk about them, like Shadow Scar was a great example of that. Just being able to say, yep, I've known about this game for like about half a year before it's come out. Yes, I've been excited the whole time and I haven't been able to say shit to anybody who hasn't signed an NDA. Like, yeah, it's very fun to be in that position. I agree completely. It's intoxicating in a lot of cases, but you're just like, damn it, we have to wait like 4 months to talk about this shit. What the fuck? Because you're excited about it. I mean, like, that's the thing. I have yet to encounter something that's been the case for that I'm like not very excited to like eventually. I'm like, when they tell us we can talk about this and we're kind of soft released from our NDAs, this is going to be a great time to talk.
It's how I feel currently about Hope Reborn. Like we now know a release date for Hope Reborn, but all the things I know about Hope Reborn, all the things I've seen.
Yes, exactly.
It's probably that same pressure that you felt about Shadow Scar.
Yeah, I mean the Shadow Scar starter kit, because the Shadow Scar starter kit, there we go, was the first thing I play tested or RTG. So like if you own the starter kit, either the PDF or the physical, and you look in, I think it's the system book, under the playtesters, you'll see my name, and that is crazy because I went back, like me and my group, our names are all in there, and it is crazy to think that was like October of last year that we were testing it.
What the fuck, Jesus?
Jesus just
I hope you're not trolling me. VIP General. Oh boy, what did you drop in the Inferno?
Hold up, chat. We're doing this live. This is our live reaction to some new shit. Hold on.
Let me find a way to.
I can pop it without. Let's see. Hold on. What do you mean VIP? Well, they're in VIP General right now. LCC, I'm gonna need a link.
I got it.
You can send. You got it.
All right, I'm gonna just drop it in the Wireheads chat here, and then
Please.
I will drop this over in the Databanks media channel as well for you guys to have a look. Where is media? There's
VIP
media.
general. Okay, hold up. Yeah, it's a tweet.
I put it in the Wireheads chat.
Wait.
No.
Hold up. Chat on my end of the world so that our Spotify listeners can have a look at this with us first time. I'm going to do something very odd. I'm going to flip us over to my wide view, which just shares my screen.
So and I will drop us over into I'll drop us over into my game screen so that way you guys can see this as well.
Yeah, give me just a sec, because this is gonna be, because I've just got Diamond's little sprite on my end here. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna shut off all of the other stuff and we can watch this together and then we'll come back. So let me do this, and then this. Okay, beautiful.
All right, let me get this pulled up on my end.
Yeah. All right, I've got mine full screen. Let me know when you're ready, Diamond. And I'll pause music so we can appreciate this.
I'm ready.
All right. Transition 3, 2, 1. All right, chat. Let's check this out.
Oh, let me know when you're hitting the play button.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, here we go. Oh. Oh.
I'm so sorry. What? Hold on.
What the fucking Bart
What the
Moss?
fuck did I just see?
What the fuck?
Hold on.
Hold on a minute. Like, look right at 4 seconds. Look right at 4 seconds, and you tell me there.
4 seconds.
Okay. There's a face. There is a face. I can see it. Does anybody else see it there in the background? That looks like a fucking face.
Chad, I am creeping through it until I can see something. I kind of see what you're talking about. Okay, hold on, chat. Let me bring us back over there. Okay, here. So that is, I can't tell if that's pareidolia or pareidolia. I don't know how you say the word, but that's the tendency for us to see faces where there are none, or not, because there's a lot of numbers though, man. This could be code. It could be, let me see, because I'm like scrubbing through it right now. I'm just seeing like
Wireheads goes on a conspiracy hunt.
Look, hold on.
Tinfoil
I got
hats?
a tinfoil hat. I got a tinfoil hat right here. I'm gonna stuff that on top of my head real quick while I scrub this.
All right. I'm gonna take us back to our normal screen, but like.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just gonna do something here real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna put our faces on here so that way I can do that. Go
over to Emmerron stream, folks. It's gonna be over there.
Yeah. This is.
And also to those on YouTube watching, I'm sorry, you just had to be here. I'm sorry.
Well, no, you'll see it. You'll see it on. You'll see it over on. If you go to our Spotify. Oops, there goes my tinfoil hat. If you go to Spotify and watch, you'll be able to see what I'm trying to scan through right now. Although my face is very big in here, so let me hold on. Let me add both of our sources in. We're doing it live, chat. Forgive the scuff, because this is not what we had planned for today. I didn't plan for them to like soft drop this shit on my podcast day. What the hell? Let's see. Okay, there's Diamond, there's me. I'm gonna shrink us down into the corners here real quick. That way we can be as out of the way for you as possible. Okay. Now I've done my due diligence. Here we go. All right, so there we are, guys. So let me scrub. We're gonna scrub this from the beginning here, just so that I'm like not missing anything. Okay, so we just got the Netflix logo. Then we get some digital snow on the sides. Oh wait, hold on. Ooh, that skips way too much. Hold up. Okay, I can scrub better with my mouse. Normally, I'm used to scrubbing on YouTube. Unless, hold on, will they? Let me scrub frame by frame in the Twitter player. Probably not, huh? No, yeah, the frame by frame scrub doesn't work. Okay. Unless they've also put this on YouTube, in which case that might be a better place to do what I'm trying to here. Okay, so yeah, there's like just a lot of digital static and stuff. Okay. So you know what I wonder? This is something that I'm going to question right now. Is could this be the first taste we're getting of whatever the hell comes after 2077?
Possibly.
Could this be like, yeah, the intro to the next game or something?
Project Orion?
Yeah, like... Because I'm trying to see if I like recognize any logos or things in the background here, and I'm like... Because all the static and stuff is very interesting. Okay, so those are just warnings. What's the text back there? Can I... No, it won't let me zoom in. Okay. Because I'm like... Let me isolate that. Let me see if I isolate this real quick.
Okay, but like, do we need to have a Wireheads episode where we are just scrubbing through this?
Hold on. Chat.
We will get to your questions. Don't worry.
We will. But this, I'm so glad we cut a little time off our first segment. We have time for this. So let me see. Can I please zoom in on this? Well, I can save it as. Hold on. Let me just save this to my downloads or something, and then I can pull this up and actually enlarge it.
Manic Beat enhance.
Enhance. That's literally what I'm going to do right now. Okay. All right, we're enhancing. All right.
Oh so, boy.
Let's see. Group. Yeah, it's really hard. It's very pixelated because I only have 1080p monitors. This is what I need a 4K monitor for right here. Let me scrub a little harder to see if that gets any clearer, any larger. No, it doesn't. Okay. That's really hard to read. So, okay. So we've got what looks to be the breach protocol grid down here. So that's something. I recognize that. And yeah, literally Phantom. I'm so glad you're here with us, Phantom. Of all the days to be here, today's a good day. Oh, hold on. Static void groups, group info base, go get size. Okay, so this just looks like random gibberish. This doesn't look like anything like they've seeded anything in there. Max stride, go get size, info, NG or N groups, yeah. Elapsed time 0, full optimization, yeah. So none of the text seems like it seems like most of it's like techno battle. Let me see. Do I have this on like... Yeah, I've got it at the highest. Okay. I'm trying everything I can, chat. I really am. Yeah, that's just more of the same. Cluster, lapse time. Yeah, okay. So they've got like, it looks like the same repeating graphic shit in the background.
I noticed that they do use a lot of red.
Well, yeah, I mean it's Netflix's logo, so that's
fair enough.
It's I'm not full tinfoil hatting. This is a red thing, but like
it'd be cool though.
It would be cool though. I will give full marks on that. I would love a anime focused on Cyberpunk RED. That would be kind of nutty, kind of crazy. Hold on. Okay. So none of that seems like logos. Man, I wonder if like CDPR has to be laughing at people like us right now. They're just like, they're gonna be scrolling it like it's a fucking ARG. Yes, CDPR, 100%. I'm scrolling it like an ARG. 100%. But you know, there's a ton of distortion at this point in the video. I wonder if this is where like my actual ARG brain is turning on, and I'm like, wait a minute. What if there's embedded data in like a spectrogram here? Because they've got just a ton of static noise.
Oh,
it'd be really easy to like embed that shit. CBR does like to hide shit, but Netflix really doesn't do that.
Huge like data miners
watching scrambled cable for the chance to see it. Look, Proper Jack, if we can break the news and we're the first ones, we were just talking about this. We're gonna do it. Like that's not what I'm doing here. I am just like, I want to know, man. Okay, so we got some color bars. Like, see, but this begins to look like a spectrogram. That's why I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? Oh my God. This is wild. What the fuck? Yeah, like...
Then again, they really use the 2070s variant of Cyberpunk there, so...
They do. That's why I'm like, I think it's probably going to be 2070s. Make sure we always allocate at least... Interesting. They've got a comment down here. They've got like a code comment down there. But they kind of cut it off, so it's hard to tell. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, hold on. There's like, I thought I saw text down there for a second. I was like, wait a minute, did I miss a frame where there's like actually something there?
Probably not gonna get any more info for a week. Never know, Snazzy. Never know.
This is why we do what we just did, and we go hunting. You know, like if you don't look, you won't find it. So we have to do our due diligence. But they definitely, wait a minute. Those are times.
Yeah.
On the right here, these are times. $101, $255, $113, $117, $1134. Those change.
There's 10 times.
Yeah, but I kind of am inclined to... I'm inclined to explain away the thing in the background here that looks like a face. That definitely feels like pareidolia, but these timestamps don't change. So whatever the fuck this is like first clue right here.
Okay, first thought though is there's 10 timestamps there. There's 10 timestamps, or there's 10 episodes in Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
And these
I don't know.
Are these all timestamps that could
feasibly happen in each episode? Yes.
Yeah. See, societal. Yeah.
Full tinfoil. There we go.
Full tinfoil. Boy, howdy.
Fucking Prepper Jack.
Tinfoil. Look, Sculpt Smash Potato Mountain. This means something. No. This is my fucking, like, if they encode information in here, it does mean something usually. This isn't like the first time they've done this. This would be a pattern. They've done this before. That's why I'm like, those timestamps, these do mean something. This is the only concrete data I've been able to pull out The rest of it looks like digital garbage. It's just like, here's a random string that we did that's like a base console command that you can put into your PC and do something. So yeah, 101, 255, 113, 117, 1134, 1245, 142, 19 seconds, 223. What's the last one? I think that is the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You said there was 10, Diamond?
I thought I could see a 10th one, like below 223. I didn't know if the bar was hiding it or something.
Maybe. Hold on. One moment. I need to get close to my screen. There is another one. Hold on. The problem is I can't see it because the bar is fucking hiding it. And moving my mouse off of that, I don't think makes the bar hide. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go to YouTube real quick. We're gonna see if they've uploaded the same thing to YouTube. Let me see Netflix.
Yeah, and I suppose for anybody that's on YouTube watching this, we're if you go to Spotify, you'll get the whole glimpse of this.
Special announcements 24 minutes ago. Yes, they have the same trailer up here. Okay, so hold on, because YouTube will do me the service of getting out of my way. Okay. Oh, and you know what else YouTube lets me do? It lets me scrub. So we can be very meticulous about this. Okay. Well, hold on. Some of those timestamps look like they are changing.
Oh, they are changing. There. Yep. So maybe it's not what we thought it was.
Yeah, it's maybe a red herring.
Let's not get too hung up on this, though.
Diamond, this is important.
I understand. But we're coming around.
Important, Diamond.
We're coming around to an hour. We got a lot of nice questions to answer for all these people.
We do.
So,
okay,
yeah.
Fine. Oh, God. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to start my music again. Holy sh... My controller decided no. Nope, not Josh Strife Hayes. I wanted Spotify. The thing that actually plays music on my desktop. Thank you, computer. Jesus Christ. Okay. Could be the letters from a reference book, first page, first word, second page, 55th word. Yeah. We'll have to look. We'll have to look into it, because we're diving down the deep conspiracy rabbit hole there, but that will take time.
All right.
And
so
I ain't got the kind of time for that analysis.
We got Q&A time, folks.
We do.
And we got a lot of questions. This is pretty relevant here. Q&A.
Yeah. So, yeah, I should change my topic box, huh? No, not that one. This one. Come on. There we go. Q&A, baby. Let's go.
I feel like number one, was that one that we were saving as like an actual like episode topic?
Yeah, what are topics enough? A topic that isn't discussed enough in the Cyberpunk RED community.
Yeah, I think we were saving that for another episode.
Yeah, we are.
All right. So, I suppose saving that for another day. Let's go ahead and jump to first question that I had received from my end. Who are some folks that you want to have on the show?
Mike Pondsmith.
I'd like to get the Foundry guys over here at some point. We'll just need to organize a day for that.
We were in talks with them originally. We actually, fun fact, guys, 2 weeks from now, we are going to have John on the show.
Yep, and then sometime soon after, we will also be having Rob Mulligan as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm getting things lined up there. I'm getting that squared away.
Also, at some point, Rob Barefoot,
we're coming for you, Rob. Man,
we're coming for you.
Welcome to Wireheads. We're coming for you, Rob. Oh, Cyberpunk RED podcast. What else do we need to have on here? Keanu Reeves, get him to play Johnny Silverhand's Ingrid. Nah.
I'd love to have Keanu on as Keanu. Like, I'd love to just talk with the guy. He seems like a cool dude.
Seems breathtaking. Anyway,
God.
I know that meme is so worn into the ground, but oh gosh, would like to have Jessica on here.
Yes,
Melissa
would be awesome.
Melissa Wong. Her honestly, maybe get some of the Artel, like some of the other contributors, some of the DLCs on here as well. Like,
I mean, we could get Linda Evans.
Yeah. Isn't that just Drut? Like, that's Drut. How we know her as. So yeah, we get Drutter Cup on here. I'd like to have Jolly at some point. Come on. Gosh, who else to talk to? If possible, maybe actually have a chat with Dave Ackerman about
that could be fun. He's got the
earlier days. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of history with the company. It could be fun.
Probably talk to Winter J as well. More
Scarlett
on the art
Johansson, because I don't know about that one. Like, she'd be like, why am I here? Like, what is this?
No. Yeah, no. Maybe Winter J as well. Talk about like their contributions to the art direction of because part of what makes cyberpunk is partially the artwork as well. It really helps set the mood for what we do, what we're dealing with, and there's all sorts of iconic images from Cyberpunk RED that we that just kind of stick with us.
Manic Meat says we should get Sean Evans from Hot Ones.
Hot Ones. Oh boy.
Oh no. I would die. Like, I don't think you understand, man.
What's the matter?
My body utterly rejects capsaicin. Utterly rejects it. It's not that this is, and to be clear, I like spicy food. My body rejects it.
It
hates that shit.
Why is it spicy?
It's I want to be able to eat spicy food. My body says, fuck you, no we don't. And I'm like, why? We could. Reverse Hot Ones his ass with cyberpunk scenarios.
It'd be real wild, but if somehow we got the cyberpunk directors from CD Projekt Red over here,
getting some of the CDPR guys on, that'd be wild.
Stockholm Cartel. That's another group we need to talk to at some point.
Yes, getting Stockholm Cartel on here would be wild. Getting Johan Noor and oh shoot,
Carl?
I remember Johan because he's got a ton of stuff, but hold on, because I've got their names are in this book. It's because I've always remember his first name was Christian, but it's Christian Salen. I would the two of them are responsible for Morkborg, Cyborg. Christian is like big. He was like the big leading force on Cyborg. I know this because I met the two of them at Gen Con and PAX U last year, and Johan was like, "Yeah, I mean, Christian, you're the guy to talk to." Like, like if I didn't do anything, I just did art. Like, he literally looked at him like, "You're the guy who knows Cyborg." Like, okay, well, but yeah, it would be fun to have the two of them on. They could be a very, very fun group.
Trying to think who like other. Oh gosh. Well, of course, Rob, but I'm just trying to think. Personally, I would like to have James Hutt back, and like we discussed, like James Hutt games. specifically.
James, and I would like to have Cody on again at some point in the future too. Once we have maybe more stuff for Shadow Scar.
Maybe Dolan as well, and her experience with Artal.
Yeah, it could be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Like if we could make this list like a mile long, but there's like a lot of names in the community that like suffice it to say we'd love to talk to.
Seth Skorkowski. I want to sit down with Seth Skorkowski because he's like one of the earlier faces in the Cyberpunk community that I had tuned into. Got a good laugh out of it, especially about the Scott Brown incident. Love the Scott Brown incident and the fact that it is canon to Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But yeah. So yeah, I think we've given enough ideas for like this is what we're doing. Will there be more members joining Wireheads? Maybe. This is kind of our thing.
Yeah.
And that's not to say we don't like having guests on. We love having guests on, but it's kind of like it gets to be a lot. Trust me, as someone who organizes Neon Inferno every week and tries to get everyone on the same page for that once a week, it should be a lot.
It's easier to organize with one other person, but
yeah, I
wouldn't be opposed to maybe having a revolving group of others that might be able to drop in every once in a while. If there's a topic that is just like, hey, I know someone that would be great for this topic, then especially because and I'm only mentioning this now. We do have that martial arts article that's floating around out there with Interface Red 4. I would like to have the mastermind of Way present for this one.
Get Ghost on, dude. Ghost absolutely has been so excited for the idea that's coming. He's been wanting an updated Pac Rim, Pacific Rim. For those of you who weren't aware, in 2020 was kind of the massive supplement they got that expanded martial arts in that system. He's been wanting an expanded Pacific Rim that works with Cyberpunk RED since he learned about it.
Something else,
like he would be a great one to talk about that.
Something else that was mentioned, Lisa on the show talked about the Bozos or Spider Murphy. I mean, I wouldn't mind having Lisa on. We've talked about it. It's just like, even though she is very much the business end of the stick that is Artalsaurian Games.
If she was open to it, I would absolutely love to have her on because I love Lisa. She's awesome.
Scott Brown, motherfucker, get the fuck out. Manic.
Yeah.
Manic,
Scott
thank
Brown,
you.
Motherfucker, get the fuck out. I got a showing. Yeah, that's exactly.
But yeah, I don't think we'll have like any other permanent members unless maybe by some means there is someone else that we happen to like really like mesh with well, that happens to be on the same page as us.
Yeah,
and we're able to organize.
You have to understand within our communities, like when it comes to people that play Cyberpunk at our tables regularly or like regularly orbiting us, Diamond and I are kind of like, we are the content creators in the group. Not to say there aren't others. Like obviously Diamond's part of Moonlighters and they're like a whole group of content creators. But like that's just it. Like a lot of the content creators that we know, they have their own things that they're already doing.
Yeah.
And this is kind of our thing that we do. So that's kind of where it gets to be tricky, because most of the other people we know are either not full-time content creators, like what we try to do, or they aren't really into Cyberpunk RED like we are. So we kind of fit a unique niche within a unique niche. So yeah, but this isn't to say like Diamond was saying, like it's not saying we won't ever, but it's definitely saying that as of right now we don't plan to.
Can we get a Wirehead scream sheet?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
At some
we
point,
we can make it happen. I'm currently working on an adventure that involves Elf Lines Online, the trading card games, set in 2045. and I'm getting along on that one. But a scream sheet, we'll have to figure out what we do. But surely there's something. Maybe an inside joke on the show that could be put into it.
Yeah, well, we'll think about it. But yes, Dime and I both like writing adventures, so like that wouldn't be hard. Like we've talked about doing collaborative work in that space a few times, so I'd be down. If you can make an official item for Cyberpunk, what is it?
Okay, it's stupid. All right, I want like an official like just I want like an official like blood be gone. It's a stupid little 10 Eddie item, but it just gets the blood off of you. Because you get done with a job, you probably got blood and other shit on you, and it's just like point out the clothes.
You're covered in unmentionable fluids and viscera.
Yeah.
100%.
Especially after dealing with a cyber psycho who thinks really, really much of himself.
Yeah. What would if I could put an item in? I'm trying to think. Honestly, I would like to formalize the drug dispersal grenades that Blue made in Neon Inferno.
Yes.
That would be the thing I'd want to add. Or even just the blue glass variant that Blue made. Like, make those an official thing. Like, yeah, you want to party with a whole room? Hot box with one of these, and it's just a blue glass grenade. I would love to formalize that shit. That makes me so happy.
Fog machine of a drug dispersal system.
Dude, that would be fun. You got to admit that'd be fun.
You have to purchase another slot though each time. So it's like you put black lace in this slot, put blue glass in this slot, put some boost in here, put some synth coke in here. You're gonna have one hell of a fog.
Yeah, 100%. Here's the one that I got today. Has a min-maxer or power gamer ever ruined a game at your table?
I wouldn't say ruined, but has caused situations not for the way you might think. I've gotten to a point where I could deal with someone that immediately goes for gimbal, grafted muscle bone lace, and linear frame martial arts, subdermal armor, dodge everything. There's ways to deal with them. It's more that I've had a few that dump their intelligence, dump their empathy, dump everything else, and then suddenly when old man consequences comes around because you went and decided to get a little too gory with how you were killing people, that the humanity loss rolled around.
I mean, I think when you get to a certain level of understanding how Cyberpunk works as a system, this is where experience is your best friend. It's really hard to have a power gamer ruin your game. Like, it's incredibly difficult for them to ruin your game because James and Jay and the rest of the team over at Artel have done a great job keeping things in check so that no one runs away with all the power. They've done a very, very good job up to this point of keeping things relatively balanced and street level, and like making sure that like if something exists that is powerful, there is an equally powerful and effective way of dealing with it. Those of you who are cyberware enjoyers, those are EMPs. Those of you who can dodge bullets, that is stealth attacks. A sniper 400 meters away is not something you're going to see coming. So yeah, there are a ton of ways to deal with power gaming and min-maxing, and it's fun because like even season 1 Neon Inferno, Wei was a power character. Like, he was a min-maxed, power gamed character, so much so that Ghost had to like say, I am not making a martial arts character when his tech died in season 2. It's like, I'm not going to make martial arts. I'm going to make him a grappler. He's going to just use brawling to keep him relatively balanced. And I'm like, I appreciate that. But I still found ways to check Wei all throughout the end of season 1 of Neon Inferno. So like, that was my fun every week, is how am I going to hold a candle to Wei this week? Like, so there was a fun in it, and it's a dance. It's a big dance.
I suppose for me, the harder people I've had to deal with are techs, where techs are just like being able to just, oh, that's in my way. Well, let me just field experience, field expertise, field expertise, field expertise. You can't keep techs out of things. They are just the extension of the lockpicking lawyer. You cannot keep them out of stuff.
Yeah, and that's fine. I welcome that shit. That makes it so that anytime I put a lock in front of them, I know that lock's getting defeated. But I can put things behind the lock that is much harder to just deal with casually. Turrets don't give a shit how high your tech is. You still need to counter them, and it still takes time. So like, you better get ready to destroy the fucking turrets. That's where a well-balanced party comes in, though. That's where, like, if you have a good tech on your team, oh, so good.
Oh yeah,
it's so fun to watch techs work. I love watching techs do their job. It's super fun. But yeah, I like, if I've ever had a power game or Runa game, it was in my days running D&D, and even then, it's like, I think it's all about setting expectations when it comes to things like that. Because it's like, that's why I don't like. I've found that I don't like games that are highly interpretive, because you will get people who look at the crunchier side of those games and then break them. And I prefer to run a game that has like some nice, firm balance, and that the interpretive elements are more in how you're expressing those skills and things within the balance of the broader system and things. That's what Cyberpunk has made me appreciate, is it is a system that does exactly that. Pepperjack, the thing that keeps techs out is time. A lot of the stuff takes them like 5 minutes to disable, while camera's probably watching them. Yeah, exactly. That's like, techs don't just do something in 5 seconds. They do something in 5 minutes.
From Nyla.
Yeah.
Would you still love me if I was a worm? Yes, Nyla, I would still love you if you were a worm.
We would, in fact, still love you if you were a worm. Worm is one of the most useful boosters I use in almost every net run, so I would absolutely love you.
Especially if you were a tech upgraded worm, you'd be fantastic. 100%. A +3 to any backdoor checks. That's great.
Well, and Nyla has taken tech on both of his current characters in the games that I run, so I would say Nyla is a tech upgraded worm. That is, yes, we love you because of the fact you're a tech upgrade worm. The next supplement, or the next question is Wireheads supplement for Cyberpunk RED ?
What? You gotta get us like what? Get the Wireheads as like what? Common street folk, us providing weird shit. What? We become a radio station in the time of the Red?
Pirate broadcast. I mean, it's funny because like when we were making this thing, like, and I was working on logo design, you find yourself like doing a little bit of imagination on like, okay, well, like if we were in universe, what does this look like? Because it helps you do logo design. So we have the beautiful thing right to this side of me. Yes, There we go. This is pointing directly.
Wireheads is a media corp at the time of the oh gosh.
It's not a media corp. Absolutely not. We're pirate broadcasters or hackers that are like giving you the real story that the corps don't want you to know. That is what we are. Yeah, we would fall in with Alan Jameson and his ilk in Diamond's world, I think, because it's very much like we are the kind of people who are just like, yeah, so this is what they don't want you to know, and then telling you anyway.
I'm telling you, they're underground. They're making drugs underground. All right.
Yeah, they're cooking glass. The sewer grates. The steam coming up. Have you ever felt a little funny after you breathe that shit in? Yeah, it's because it's not actually steam. It's drugs, man. They're feeding you drugs. Yeah, that's literally. They're eating the cats.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to circulate that. Nope.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, what supplement would you want? We already said we do a scream sheet.
What?
No, like, you
what?
want a whole fucking like?
Is it us like employing the party to like get like some information on? Oh god. Go to Morrow Rock. We want to know what's actually over there. Fuck.
They say they're building a launch complex, but I don't believe them. I think they're really trying to kill us all with radiation. Like, yeah. Jesus. Z, I'm a frog. Yeah, no, I hear that.
Just actually, you know, maybe we provide like I don't know, like some of the tools that we've developed over here at Wireheads for GMs as well, maybe.
I guess. I mean, like, I don't think we've developed a whole lot of stuff other than like what you and I already bring from our tables. We're just talking, like, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, if we get a clear idea on what you mean by a supplement, supplement's a very broad category.
So
like we would love to make content that goes beyond just the podcast. I know Diamond and I talk all the time about wanting to make stuff.
Yes, Alan, we know about the teaser.
We
know.
Yeah, LCC came in here and we literally scrubbed the trailer for like a good 10-15 minutes, I feel like, trying to find anything, and it's like squeezing blood out of a stone. Very difficult. But yeah, we did hear about it. I'm very excited about it.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I think on that note,
yes,
25 episodes later, we're still kicking. And, you know, we've got some awesome people that we're going to be meeting along the way. And also, I got some awesome news today as well. I got my time off approved to go to PAX. So, as long as I can afford it, I will try to make it to PAX.
Yeah, chat, Wireheads are going to be at PAX, apparently. Let's fucking go. Okay, that's exciting.
Oh, gosh.
She didn't tell me that. Like, this is the first I'm hearing about
like,
this shit.
I just got it, like, now. Like, just now.
Oh, okay. This is enough. We've had, how many breaking news have we had? Like
3 today.
We've had 3 at least, right? We had, one was breaking because we caught it earlier today, which was the Forlorn Hope release date. And yeah, then we have Cyberpunk and now Wireheads at PAX. It's coming. We're livecast from PAX. We will try to 100%.
Oh, I will do my best to livecast from PAX at some point. You're probably gonna get hotel Wi-Fi unless somehow I can find a way to port my really nice Wi-Fi around, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll at the very least you'll get the same kind of show you got from us at Gen Con.
Breaking news live stage show from PAX with the Wireheads.
Jeez.
Oh gosh, wouldn't that be some shit?
We ain't big enough for that yet. One day it'll happen. But no, it's we've got then we will be doing something from PAX at the very least. Even if it's from our hotel room like we did at Gen Con.
I might even find a way to get a mobile rig going and get a media badge so that way I can maybe do stuff while on foot. But
yeah,
you'll see me at Artel's booth.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Because that's the real reason we're going, is to help Artel at their booth. But so if you are going to be at PAX and you want to say hi, I know I for one am definitely going to be there. As of right now, I think I can afford a flight with everything. That's part of why Donathon's a thing. So for any of you who donated for that, thank you. You are going to be directly making it possible for me to go and be
PAX
there.
Unplugged. Yep. PAX U.
Yep. PAX Unplugged. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. But yeah, any last minute thoughts, Diamond?
Well, make sure you always check the expiration date, and in the words of Jim over on my channel, be sure to circulate the URLs. Until then, friends, be sure to tune in to every episode that we've got. There's always going to be new juicy details coming out. We will always try to be on it right away, or as close as we can.
Yeah.
But until then, bye-bye. Well, I'm Diamond Dust.
And I'm Emmerron.
We're Wireheads, and thank you for 25 episodes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.